Hello, good evening, welcome. My name is Otindakun, welcome. I want to share with you what I call the level of your pain tolerance is, is what is responsible for your business success. The level of your pain tolerance is what is responsible for your business success. Business or entrepreneurship, like any other activity of life, requires a lot of endurance. It requires you go through a lot of pain, a lot of challenges. The tolerance level that you have for pain is what is going to be responsible for you succeeding or you giving up. Uh, Many people will start businesses. Many people will try their hands on what they call business, and usually it's not even your intelligence. It's not even uh, sometimes even not your right decisions. Sometimes it's not even, they say that being at the right place at the right time. All those things they contribute, but that which will be responsible for your successes as an entrepreneur, as a business person, will be the level of tolerance that you have for pain. The pain. How much pain can you endure? How much difficulties can you endure? How much struggle can you endure? Do you have the heart for it? Are you structured innerly, emotionally for this? Because that is what is responsible for success, especially business success. So, you will have a lot of people who will give you all the advice. Sometimes when people are trying to start businesses, they say that, write your business plan, do your feasibility studies, go for the finances, make sure you employ the right people. All those, they are true, you know. They are true as long as things are working perfectly. They are true as long as everything is orderly. As long as, all your projections are going rightly as you perceive them to be. The only thing that you cannot plan for is the trouble, the challenges, the difficulties, the pain, the debt, the disagreement from the team. So if you're going to succeed, it's not so much about the things that you are able to predict. It's going to be about the tolerance level that you have for discomfort, for pain, for the struggles, for the ridicule, for the insult, for all kind of things that you don't want. That's why people who are that much self focused and very much, what is the English word? People, there are a lot of people who so much they think of what everybody thinks. They think about the disgrace. They think about what people think about. They worry about what everybody is saying. Those kind of people, it's a bit difficult, to go through a business and to stage the business at a level where it will become successful, especially when you have never done it before, because they have not built themselves for the pain, for the pain. And that's why some people say that business is not for everybody. They only say that because not everybody is ready to go through all those things, the discomfort, the pain, the struggle, the things that nobody else is prepared. You are so much intelligent, you had never made any mistake anywhere. That's why they say that school does not prepare people to become business people, entrepreneurs. School only prepares us, to look for job. Why? Because of the difficulties. If you're going through school and you're intelligent, you are the first boy in the class all the time. Uh, Even if when you fail, you become very angry because you are very much intelligent. So, some people when they are in the class, they are not looking for any. They don't want to become the first. They are the last. So they are okay. But if you happen to be the first in the class all the time that you are not the first, you see the discomfort. So the school is only trying to predict a lot of things for you, and that's why when you are very good academically, you're very good with things that are structured and scripted, it's difficult for you to start a business. That's why most of the time, you look at people who are able to start businesses and go through the turbulences, for the business to become successful. Usually, they are coming from, they are coming from some level of pain, or some level of they have been people who have been that much contrary to what is acceptable. Pain is like that. The level of pain that you're able to endure is when you are a bit more contrary in your thoughts, in your actions, in your worldview, how you look at life. If you're a bit more contrary to what people say, and you're a bit comfortable with that, there is amount of pain that you can endure. Because when you start a business, some people will start business and it breaks, right away, because of what they had to start the business with. Maybe they work somewhere, they acquire some managerial skills, some technical skills, they save some money and they started the business. Now, majority of us, we will start the business because you just have to start something. You just have to do something. You want to make some meaning out of your life. You want to make a mark. You want to just do something. And what is going to make you successful is your ability to keep going when the pain is so much. When you cannot endure the pain anymore, can you still keep going? Because that's the tolerance level. Some people have the tolerance level for pain like that. Some people also have it widened. Some people have it way up because of the way they process information, because the way they look at issues, because the way that the things that they have endured with their life. And so your tolerance of pain is actually going to decide whether you're going to succeed in your business or you're going to give up. Maybe you started a business with your friend. Maybe you started a business with your wife. Maybe you started a business with your uncle, your brother, and you started the business. It's going on well, and then maybe you went for, let's say, a loan, maybe maybe 30,000 loan or 20,000 loan, and you were so sure that the business was going to work. Somebody had given you a promise, and so you counted on that promise and you went for that loan. And the way it is with loans in our country, maybe 5% a month, 3% a month, those kind of figures. Outrageous, ridiculous, unsustainable kind of things. But you were ambitious. You were daring, and you thought that you were in for it. So you took that loan. Sorry, and things didn't work out as you thought it would work out. And maybe after 2 years, you've not been able to pay the loan. And now you get up in the morning, you are crying, you are weeping, you are sad, you're thinking of what everybody else is thinking. And people who the bank that you took money from is chasing you everywhere. You keep lying and running away from them. Even the people who thought that the people you thought that will be there for you, the friends or the partner that you had, has also run away. And now you are cursing yourself. You're very much pain and bitter. The thing about it is that the success of that business that you started is going to be when you have that tolerance for this very uncomfortable situation, uncomfortable stage that you have. So many people will just give up and say that no, this is not what I bargained for. I don't want to do it again. I remember there was a time somebody was saying that there was this professor who teaches business studies or something, who started a business, and he's intelligence. Somebody who teaches business studies, and he started the business. Everything was, all the things were intact. Everything, he was able to predict everything. But what he was not able to predict was, if things go wrong, what am I going to do? He was so much sure of his numbers. Was so much sure of his intelligence. Was so much sure that everything else was going to go on. Everybody else is sure that the things that they have planned will work. That's what we all know. But that which nobody plans for is when everything else does not work. And that's where you see those who will be successful. When everything else is working, that's not where you see everybody. That's not when you see those who are successful, no? Those who are able to endure when everything that you plan, everything that you projected, everything that you assimilated, all the business tools and the business laws and all the things that they taught you, when none of them is working at a point, your ability to go through that discomfort and to go through it, to go through that stage, because it's always a stage. The pain level is a stage. It's discomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. It's very, you didn't perceive that will happen. You ordered product from maybe China, and by the time the product came, the guy charged you. You agreed on the specifics, and the product came, and they had, given you the product that nobody would want to buy. At that point, can you endure that stage? That is where the success lies. Everybody else can become successful at anything when there is no painful moment. When everything can be correct and successful and peaceful and rightly done, if all the things that you plan worked out well, nobody else will be a failure. People don't fail when things are working perfectly as they projected. No. Everybody else is wise. Everybody else is an expert. Everybody else is the best when everything else is working well. When everything is on track, everything is online, everything is intact. Everybody is seen as genius. Everybody is a businessman when everything is working perfectly as perceived. Now, what is the separator? The separator is when everything else is not working. When everything else is not working, do you have the tolerance for pain? Do you have it? Because nobody wants discomfort. Nobody else wants that. That's why when you're looking for a partner, when you're looking for a business partner, in addition, maybe the most prominent of them is to look for their tolerance level of pain. The pain tolerance level. Look for that. Do they love themselves so much that when everything is when at a strike of any little challenge, do they murmur? Do they complain? Do they fight? Do they cry? Do they become despondent? Do they become angry? Do they become fearful? Look for that. Nothing proves the success of any endeavor, whether it's business, whether it's marriage, whether it's building anything. Nothing proves it more than the tolerance level that you have for pain. Because in the course of building anything, in the course of doing anything, there will be distraction. There will be a lot of things that will work against that which you perceive. As a matter of fact, 90% of the things that you planned will not work. The business that you are so much happy planning, the business plan that you have built is so much, everything that they have given you, the numbers are staggering. Sometimes you want to start a business, you go through the market, you write the things. Okay, I'm buying it for 2 cedi, I'm going to sell it for 10 cedi. If every day I'm able to sell 20 of them, this is the profit that I'm making. Yeah, perfect. You have done it on paper. The fact is that 90% of that which you have done on paper within a year or two will not work. If you don't believe it, especially when you are starting, they will not work. But what you can be sure of is the strength that you have built within you to endure that stage of pain. What allowance do you have? Do you have big heart for pain? Do you have the big heart to endure the insult, the disagreement? I remember in engineering they call something tolerance. When they are bringing two machine parts or something, if they are meeting, they create some difference between them. They say it's the tolerance. They call, they use words like that. How much free space do you have for that which you are not comfortable to handle? How much free space you want for the microfinance loan to do that project? That project, you have put the money in and the government has refused to pay you. The client has destroyed the money. By the time they paid you, all the interest, kill everything. So you finish paying them. They have paid you your money, but it could not even pay the interest. So you still have that loan hanging, and you have no clue where to get the next money to handle that situation. The success of your business endeavor is going to be proven by the amount of tolerance that you have for that situation. Because that situation will be a painful situation for you. Maybe before you started business, you were that much intelligent, very smart. Everything that you touch was working. You are very much calculative. You don't make mistakes. Everybody knows that you're very intelligent. Now you started a business and you become an idiot. You become somebody that everybody thinks that you don't know anything that you're doing. You don't know your business, you don't know your numbers, you don't know everything. The thing about it is that maybe if you didn't start, you will not even get to know anything. But because you've started and there's trouble, it's better starting something or not starting anything at all. Now, when the trouble comes, have you developed yourself? Have you developed yourself enough to endure the pain, to endure the challenges, to endure all the difficulties? Have you? The pain will come from all kind of forms. It will come from disappointment from people. It will come from debt. It will come from product that you introduced that did not work. They will come from, business conditions that are not favorable in the country that you operate. Sometimes they will come from doomsday. They take the light and everything that you thought went off. Somebody will promise you something and you work on it for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And then at the last minute, the person disappoints you. It's a crashing moment for you. You're going to only succeed in that business when you can widen that tolerance of pain. Because when there's a serious disappointment in terms of the things that you have changed in your business, the only thing that will make you try again is because when you have raised that tolerance level. So a lot of people, that's why they want, many people may not be able to start businesses. Why? Because they love themselves so much. They love themselves so much that they cannot be laughed at for making mistakes. They cannot say that, me, how can I make this mistake? I can't imagine it. Some people will go and take loans with their house. And they were sure of the business. Then something happens. And now they have to sell your house. At that point, the only way you're going to succeed with your business journey is if you're able to raise the allowance for that painful moment. If you close the allowance and you worry so much about the house that you're selling, you give up. The people who are able to go to the next stage and go to the next stage and go to the next stage and go to the next stage, even though it's painful, is because they have really widened the pain tolerance level. The culture is a key component in that. When you live in a culture which is so much communal, so much inclusive, a culture which does not embrace people to be independent in thinking, you will not be able to endure pain. When people would ask you, where is your car? And that gets so much to your heart, you will not be able to do that business that you want to do. Because then you said, no, I had to sell that car because the project was so much important and I could not do it. So I had to sell the car and get that revenue to push it back into the business. Can you? Let's say you have raised yourself so much, you have about 3 cars, you have created yourself as a very successful business person. and everything was going perfectly. You had maybe 10, 20 workers work, under your sleeve. They were working and they were calling you boss everywhere. Everything looked, perfect. And then you pick that project and everything turn the other way around. Now, are you able to drop the level of life, the standard that you have, and say that, this business product, that's what, there are some crazy things that you have to tell yourself, especially when they are taking that which the business brought. Maybe you started something and it was working well, and you made some bad decisions, and the thing is coming back at you, and they are coming for that which the business brought. I would just say to myself, yes, it's the business which brought this. So if the business is taking it away, we went to all this pace. Can you tell yourself that? If you cannot, you'll be so much self-focused and greedy, said that the success will elude you. That's why very few people, I think that just about maybe 1, 2, 3, 4% of people are able to go through the business journey, the entrepreneurship journey, because a lot of people love themselves so much than their dream. So much in love with themselves, so they don't want discomfort. They don't want pain. They don't want any struggles at all. That's why some people, they work, and if they don't pay them 2 months, they will go. Why? Because of discomfort. The level of pain is so little. Somebody will tell you that this man cannot work on an empty stomach. At the point where you are starting a business, you may have to work on an empty stomach. Sometimes you will not even be able to pay yourself for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Sometimes you're not even clear where the next decision is coming from, where the next project is coming from. Can you live a life where you're not sure whether at the end of the month you're going to get revenue or not? Are you? Most marriages will fail because people cannot tolerate pain. The best partnerships are those who are able to tolerate pain. The best marriages are those who are in marriage where they are able to tolerate pain for a bigger goal. Your ability to tolerate the pain is because you are vision driven, you're goal centered. There's a higher call that you see. So yes, the situation now, you don't like it, but you can see that if I'm able to get to this level, maybe it will work. Can you encourage yourself all the time like that? And it's a mindset that you have to build. So if you have committed to building business, then you have to raise that allowance. You have to raise that level. And don't, maybe, it's easier said than done, but you just have to have almost an opposite way of thinking to many people. The way they look at what is called loss. What is called loss? What do you call loss? If they didn't pay you that money, would you call it loss? If they took that money from your business, if somebody ran away with your money, maybe there was a time that we were trying to do a project and the guy ran away with the money. At that point, it's also painful. But we endure it. Somebody will take it to court, fight it, and lose focus of the vision. Lose focus. Or maybe you were together, you trusted this guy so much, and then he walks off. It's painful. It's not painful when a stranger walks off on you. Maybe it is, maybe. But it's so much painful when the people you trusted walk off on you. It could be family people. You're so much in love with this business that you're doing. And sometimes one word from somebody like that, who is close, who is dear to you, can create so much pain for you. What is your tolerance level? What is it? Is it that close? If it's that close, you will not have stamina. People who have a lot of stamina and people who are able to endure much, it's because they have raised that tolerance level for pain. It's not because they don't feel the pain, no, but they have been able to condition themselves so much that, listen, even if it's painful, we still have to go after the dream. The tolerance of pain. The level will decide your success. the level? Have you structured your mind? Have you structured your heart? Have you structured your emotions to endure the pain? It's not so much because businesses don't crash because everything else is well. Businesses crash because there is stress, there's pressure. There are troubles. When there are troubles everywhere, that's what people give up on their dreams. People don't give up on their dream when everything is well. People don't give up on their dreams when everything is working perfectly. Nobody gives up on the family give up on the marriage when everything is perfect. No, nobody does that. You're happy, everything is working as planned, you're enjoying your life. Nobody does that. If the business is working perfectly, the revenue is coming. To yesterday it was 20,000, today is 10,000, 30,000, 40,000. It's going on well. People are calling you for business everywhere. Everybody wants to come with you. You are putting up new projects, new offices. At that point, nobody gives up on business. Very few, maybe, if there is any at all, will ever give up on something that is working perfectly and is growing at a stage, at a pace that was initially thought out. But people give up when nothing seems to work. People give up when nothing seems to work. If I look at my life and some of the things that we started, some of them we started, and when we started, just about when we started, problem setting. We were not skilled. We didn't know what we were doing. Sometimes when you know what you're doing and even there are problems, you can endure. But how about if you don't know what you're doing and there are problems? You began the business with a problem that you least expected. And you can be in it for years. That's why there was a time that a friend called me and said that, listen, among all the friends that I know who are doing business, I think that you are the only one who has been able to endure all the pain and all the struggles. Why? Because it's tough. It's tough for you to, if you say that you want to do business, you must raise that tolerance level or you give up. It is tough. And that somebody should tell you. Especially when you're unskilled, when you don't have the right knowledge, right connections, right finances, you don't know what you're doing. When you don't know those things, it is difficult. And that's a fact. And so if you have nothing at all, raise this because it's a skill. For you to become successful, your ability to raise that level of pain, the tolerance level of pain, for you to raise it and to keep going. Somebody will just endure for 1 year and they quit. Somebody else will endure for 2 years and they quit. Business is not like that. Even those who have become so much successful, they may have overcome maybe the financial difficulties, they may have overcome, but there is always a problem that they're dealing with. And the only reason they keep going is because they've been able to raise that, before maybe something small you were shaking. You're confused. You're very much uncomfortable. If you keep on raising that level, the pain tolerance level, if you keep raising it, the same thing will happen. Before, maybe when they came to knock at your door and they were shouting, you were shivering. Now you don't care anymore. Why? Because you've been able to raise it. And so your ability to keep going and not to lose your mind, not to lose your thought, not to lose your focus. Because the pain is there, is coming. The discomfort, the pressure, the stress, the people going away, people you trusted so much, somebody else that you were training maybe is on the project with you. You had a lot of confidence in him. He's your engineer on site. You bought a lot of cement for him to work on this project, Then you later found out that, listen, the guy was stealing everything from you. A project that you were not making profit, your margins were that close. And this guy that you trusted maybe was stealing from you. When you hear these things, what comes? What erupts in you? If you have not matured with the pain, tolerance level, if you have not widened it, the first decision will be disastrous. But when you have gone through a little, before you make any call, before you make any decision, you think through things. I remember there was a time I went to meet a senior who was into construction. We were talking, and he said that when I was a young man, I trusted the security guys. I asked him, so why you don't trust them anymore? When I was naive, I did, but now I don't. You know why? Because experiences have told you that even the security guy can syndicate with the other guy. And the things that you have used money to buy, that you are even losing, the project that your margins are so little, somebody is syndicating to take from you. So your tolerance level is so crucial. Every bit of business can put pressure on you. Every part of it. That's why very few people are able to build businesses. Why? Because every bit of it. Is it a new person that you are recruiting? Is it a partner that you have? A lot of problems can come from them. Is it the cash flow, the money? They are not paying on time. Or maybe the supplier disappointed you at the point that you needed the product to be delivered. All kind of things. Or maybe the government will even frustrate you. They come to set a new law and your business is gone. There's constant pressure if you're building business. That's why you have to build that. I think just about the only important skill, I should say, is your ability to endure pain and to keep going. Your ability to endure pain and to keep going. That is what is going to guarantee your success. The right decisions are important. The right connections are important. The business environment, all those things are important. All the skills that they are telling you, they are important, I tell you. But you can only give up when you can't take the pressure anymore. And that's why some people give up, on their dream. They give up on the business. They give up on the project. They give up on the shop. They give up on everything that you're doing because they say, no, I can't do this anymore. It's so stressful. No, you can only take more if you widen that pain tolerance level, The size. If you widen it, you can do more. You can do more. That's why most partnership, all kind of things will come through your partner. You have a partner that you're doing business. So all kind of things will separate you in a minute if you're not able to put a lot of things into perspective. So the pain is what you have to master. Maybe, I don't know if you can master it, but at least the awareness that this thing is responsible for my success or my failure is so crucial. Sometimes you just have to keep going. Sometimes after 5 years, you're still going. Sometimes after 10 years, then you're starting to understand what you're even doing. Especially depending on the level that you started doing business. So when you are in haste, somebody cheats you small, and you're angry. You want to kill them. You can't take it. What does it take me for? Your tolerance level is that small. Your manager runs away. You want to kill the person. Your tolerance level is small. You owe, and you cannot sleep. Call yourself, I'm ashamed. You cannot be ashamed. It's part of business. So far as you're doing the right things and your values are intact, the mistakes should not make you give up. There are things that you're doing and you're not proud. Let's say you are cutting corners, you're doing all kind of things that you can tell yourself that this one, I'm not proud of it. That's why you cannot blame somebody. But there are genuine situations where they are beyond the things that you can control. And they just came in out of your indecisions, the inefficiencies that come, lack of skill, lack of precision. Those things, if they come, they will create the pressure that you didn't want. But you cannot give up because those things are coming. You have to widen the tolerance level and let the pressure come. Let the pressure come and heal and deal with it. Stay. If you give up because there was pressure, you cannot go to the next level. As a matter of fact, that which is going to make you strong is the pressure, is the stress. If you are going to take more, every stage that you make any new decision on your business, there will be pressure. There will be pressure. And that's why the people who are able to build businesses are people who have endured a lot of pressure. Go ask every one of them. Even those who are operating in very good structured economies, there's so many that they have endured. Especially those who started from nothing. So many. That's why usually when they leave businesses for people who can take pressure, they crash it. Maybe your father had a business, and he did it and he left it to the son. And the only reason he left that business to the son is because he's the son and he has gone to school. but he doesn't have endurance. He is not able to tolerate pain. He doesn't like it. He shivers. He panics under pain. One thing about the tolerance level is that if it's widened, you keep your values. You don't cheat. You don't lie. You don't run away from the problems, even if they come at you. You don't run away. You don't turn any, and you don't blame any demon for that. Tolerance level. That's your ability. Your success is going to come from that. And somebody should tell you that if you want to succeed as a business person, that's about number one element that will separate you from everybody. That's number one. Because sometimes you meet a lot of people, you meet friends who are doing business, and you can see that they are exhausted. You can see that they have gone through a lot. You can see that there's so much pressure. And it's always from one pressure to the other. One pressure to the other. One pressure to the others. The next one is from disappointment on a project. The other one is the loan that you can't pay. The next one is somebody who promised to pay you the money and they didn't pay you. The next one, somebody has pushed, your best employee. The next one, government people are coming after you. They are saying you can't pay the taxes, any AMAs at your office. These are all pressure everywhere. The ability to handle all these forces is what is going to determine whether you succeed or you fail. And when they come one after the other like that, most people will say that no, I didn't ask for this. As a matter of fact, when you're starting your business or when you are starting anything that you want to achieve, at the point of you starting, you really don't know what you really have to develop to withstand in terms of pressure. Because usually, not many people even sit down to plan to start a business. It's just something that you are doing here, and before you see it, it's a business. So you don't really, you didn't sit down to say, okay, do I have what it takes to handle this business? No. It just came up and you are just doing it. Then it gets to a point where you see that there is so much difficulty because you're breaking through something. It's like the seed trying to, what is it? You plant a seed and it's trying to just from the soil. It's like that. And so you just have to raise that level of pain tolerance. And every pressure that comes, you don't just, the statement like, I can't do it anymore, should not be part of your dictionary, should not be part of your statement. The fact that it's difficult today does not mean that it is going to be difficult tomorrow. Because if you don't master this, you cannot do business. As a matter of fact, you cannot even achieve anything significant. Because any time that you want to achieve anything, there will be pressure, there will be opposition, there will be things that will come against you. And business is always like that, constantly. And it's not coming from one position, it's coming from everywhere. Everywhere, and they can come every day. They can come every minute. And you never get used to them. You hear things that if you have not raised the tolerance level, your heart, you may even lose it. And when I look at most people doing businesses here in our country, the only thing that I will suggest you do is you raise that level. Because the kind of things that you hear, the kind of things that somebody is doing business, and the next minute you see that the worker has stolen the money. Taking the money. Or sometimes you go and they have opened the shop and taken everything. There's all kind of things that business people hear. Unless you are in it, you don't know what people go through in terms of business. Especially those who want to build beyond just the trading. And I say that the only thing that you really would have to build constantly would be your ability to withstand the pain and raise that tolerance level. Because that is the only thing that is going to guarantee you standing and keep going. That's the only thing. Because if I look at where we started and where we are, There are 1,001 decisions that we could easily make to give up. There were 1,001 situations, scenarios that just prove that, listen, you can't do it anymore. I remember there was a time that we partnered with this guy and we were working on a project. Now we went to borrow to do the project. The guy, I'm sorry to say, had not even schooled that much, but he used intelligence to beat us because we just were ready to get any project to do. And the guy was talking too much, he was giving us a lot of promises. He knew almost everybody that you could name. But at the beginning, you're naive. You don't know people. So this guy gave us a lot of promise. So eventually brought this thing that we were doing, and we put the money in, and we were using his company to do it. I remember this. So we borrowed money to do it for him. They didn't pay on time, and eventually they paid. And when they paid, the guy told us that, listen, he can only pay the money we put in the project. He can't even pay the interest, let alone our profit. And we did not go through this one time, maybe 3 or 4 times. How idiot you can be when you start. How you can be that stupid when you start. And we went through this. Can you imagine the pain? We went to pick loan to do a project for somebody who, when we finished, took the profit and did not even pay the interest. And somebody will say that, take him to court. Maybe. But where is the money to pay the lawyer? There can be so many painful moments when you are learning the business. But you can only go, and you can only keep going when you widen the allowance. Go for the pain. My part and the pain that will come will not be exactly as your part and the pain that will come. They come in all forms. But we just have to know that if you don't widen that tolerance level, you will give up. And so when you see somebody giving up, it's because they got to a point that they were so much frustrated. They could not do it anymore. The sayings of people got to them. The families were, because sometimes you can hear a lot of things from people who are close to you. People can disappoint you, and then every disappointment is really a painful moment for most people. So the challenges will be money. That's why you have to widen the pain tolerance. So you see people who have not built this muscle, they cannot achieve much. Simple as that. That's why if you look, I think that most people who are coming from very rough background are able to, endure a lot of pain because they are used to it, maybe. If you're coming from a background that you are just perfect and clean, it's difficult for you to build a business because you're perfect, And if you're perfect, you have not made mistakes. You have not made mistakes, you have not endured much. You have not endured much, your tolerance level is close. So I think entrepreneurship success is where you can develop that pain tolerance level. Widen it so much that when the pain is here, your tolerance level is very up. So the pain will keep coming and the tolerance level will still keep going. So nothing will make you give up. Nothing will make you feel disappointed that you want to give up on the dream and never want to do it again. Nothing will be so much painful that you don't want to do it again. Nothing will be so much painful that you don't even want to employ anybody again, because employees will disappoint you. Some of them will screw you, cheat you, lie, take your money. People that you so much had confidence in, they'll be the ones that will create some painful moment for you. But if you have not had the pain tolerance level widened, you will give up. So, if you want to succeed, widen it. Widen it. Because if you don't, you give up on your dream. And it's not unique with you. Everybody who has ever done business, with anybody who has ever gone after their dreams, they have had a lot of disappointments along the journey. And the only reason they endured and they kept on going is because the pain tolerance level was widened. Was widened. Was widened. And so, thank you very much for watching. Widen it. Don't give up like that. Don't let the pain overcome you. Don't let the difficulties that the business brings. Don't let them overcome you. Widen them. Same with every aspect of life, even in finances. If you want to build finances and build financial independence, you're going to go through a lot. Don't let all the bad moments let you give up. Same with marriage. Those who call it a quit on marriage is because maybe they can't endure the discomfort again. They can't endure the pain again. They can't endure it. They don't like it. They become selfish. So they give up. If you look at the bigger vision, the pain tolerance level will widen, and you'll be able to endure more. If you believe that this is what you are called, you're meant to do this, you widen the pain. You will not give up. When you look at the vision, will not anything that is distracting you today stop you from going after your dream, building that business. If you know what you can solve with that business, if you look at the employment that you are creating for people, if you look at the solutions that you're giving to society, if you look at what a better person that you're becoming as a result of you building this business, you will not give up. You will not give up. You will keep going. And every pain that comes, you look at it. It's not comfortable, but you will get to the next stage, the next day. So don't let any painful moment stop you from going after your dream. And if somebody cheated you, lied to you at the beginning of the business, and which almost all the time happens to everybody who started business anyway, don't let that incident stop you from going. It's a painful moment. The pain may never go away, but it may reduce. So go after your dream and widen the tolerance level. Widen it. Widen it, because you are going to go through a lot of them. And you have to have a big heart and have the structure to contain a lot of the pressure, a lot of the pain, and to keep going. Because it's not just going to be pain. There will be time that you'll be very much happy and you enjoy the journey. Don't let the pain stop you from enjoying the journey. Don't let it. Don't let it. Don't let it. And don't let whatever people say stop you from going after your dream. Because if it's your dream and you're going after it, that is where the real freedom is. Nobody is free until they go after that which is in them, their dream. The dream that they have. Nobody is free until they live in that dream. Thank you. So, thank you very much for watching.